Our next speaker, I think right now, will ask Honorable Paul Mangwana to give us his opening remarks.
Thank you for inviting me. I didn't see the invitation, but my twin brother phoned me, and here we meet again. Let me start by saying that I don't think it's my duty to defend the decision of the Constitutional Court. And it is the duty of every citizen and institution in Zimbabwe to respect the decision of the Constitutional Court. It is the highest court of the land. Once it has made a pronouncement, you must comply. That's the rule of law. The rule of law means that you must give respect to the decisions of the court. And the court made a pronouncement. Whether you agree with that pronouncement or you don't agree with that pronouncement, but that's the law. That is the law I learned at school. And I'm sure my colleague Honorable Monzora went through the same lectures. And you will not be seen to be defying that which makes us lawyers. So elections must be held before the 31st of July. As to how the executive is to ensure that it complies with all the timelines, that is their baby. Elections are not held because conditions are now conducive for elections. Elections are held because the time for elections has come. The Americans hold the elections in November every 4 years. And once November comes, they must have elections, whether there's rain, storm, or thunder. We also must hold our own elections every 5 years. And Parliament's time is coming to an end on the 29th of June. I can't change that. I'll be out of job after 29th of June. That's it. The time has come. Any person who thinks that another person is not complying with the Constitution should visit the same Constitutional Court and make a claim. If ZBC is not complying with the constitutional provisions, take them to the Constitutional Court. We made the whole Constitution justiciable. If anybody thinks that the security forces are violating the Constitution, they should take them to the Constitutional Court for an appropriate remedy. You cannot stop an election because you think someone else is not complying with the Constitution. You take the matter to the Constitutional Court for an appropriate remedy. And therefore elections have to be held in terms of the court order if we are to continue respecting the rule of law, as we've always pretended to be movements for democracy. Democracy requires us to comply with court orders. The timelines being given do not have to happen one after the other. Certain activities can run concurrently. There's nothing wrong with voter registration taking place at the same time you are attending to harmonization of laws. Unless you want to just pick an excuse for delay. If you are ready for a victory, go for elections on the time given by the Supreme Court. And it is also wrong to say that the Constitutional Court is not valid. I think I need to correct my friend. We have a Constitutional Court. We've always had a Constitutional Court. But our Supreme Court transforms itself into a Constitutional Court by certain numbers who must preside over our cases. Our Supreme Court has always converted itself into a Constitutional Court, and that's exactly what happened. The mere fact that this time around there were 9 judges as provided in the new Constitution does not change the validity and the legality of the Constitutional Court. The numbers who make up a Supreme Court are not limited by the Constitution, they are not limited by the Supreme Court Act. So the fact that there were 9 judges does not invalidate the ruling of that Constitutional Court. So the Constitutional Court is actually valid both in terms of the old Constitution and in terms of the current Constitution. One must also remind members that it was deliberate for us to have the 2 constitutions run concurrently until after elections. There are certain provisions of the 2 constitutions which operate until the new president elected in terms of this constitution takes office. And I think I thought I should clarify that. So by and large, this judgment does not favor ZANU-PF, nor does it prejudice the MDC or the MDCT. It is a judgment made by judges of Zimbabwe for the people of Zimbabwe, and we must comply. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.